You're working minimum wage right now. Maybe you've been there for months, maybe for years. The fluorescent lights buzz overhead, the shift feels endless, and you're wondering if this is just how your life is going to be. But here's what most people get wrong about wealth building. It's not a secret. It's not luck. It's a blueprint, and once you understand it, everything changes. If you're serious about building real wealth, subscribe to the channel right now, because we're breaking down the exact path that takes people from minimum wage to six figures, and it's nothing like what you've heard before. First, let's talk about where almost everyone gets stuck. You're earning minimum wage and you feel trapped because the math seems impossible. $12 an hour, maybe $15 if you're lucky. After taxes, after rent, after food, there's nothing left at the end of the month. Most people stay stuck here because they think the only way out is to get a raise at their current job. But that's thinking too small. The real blueprint starts with understanding that your hourly job is just the foundation, not the entire building. The first phase is about stabilization. You need to stop the bleeding first. This means creating a budget that actually works, not some complicated spreadsheet that takes 3 hours to maintain. Write down what you spend money on in a typical week. Be honest, no judgment. Then cut out the things that don't actually add value to your life. That subscription service you forgot about? Gone. Those convenience store trips when you're tired? Time to meal prep instead. The goal isn't to live like a monk. It's to free up just $100 to $200 per month that you can redirect toward growth. This sounds small, but it's the psychological shift that matters. You're now someone who takes control of your money instead of letting it control you. Once you've stabilized, phase 2 is about acceleration. This is where most people miss the opportunity. You need to increase your income, and here's the truth. Your employer probably isn't going to give you a raise big enough to change your life. So you need to create multiple income streams. Start small. Could you freelance in your field on evenings or weekends? Could you start a service business? Could you sell something online? The barrier to entry has never been lower. You can start selling on Etsy for almost nothing. You can offer services on Fiverr or Upwork. You can create content on YouTube, TikTok, or a blog. The specific vehicle doesn't matter as much as the principle. You're no longer dependent on a single employer to determine your worth. I want to pause here and say, if this is resonating with you, if you can see yourself in this journey, please like this video. It tells us you're serious about this, and it helps us create more content exactly like this. Let's talk about the real wealth builders. People who go from minimum wage to six figures don't do it by working harder at their job. They do it by building assets. An asset is something that makes money while you sleep. Your job is not an asset. Your time is finite. But your knowledge, your systems, your audience, your investments, those can generate income indefinitely. So while you're stabilizing and accelerating your income, you need to simultaneously start building assets. This could be a digital product. If you know something valuable, you can package it into an online course, a workbook, a template collection. Sell it once, get paid repeatedly. This could be a service business with systems so good that other people can run it. This could be starting to invest in the stock market, building a rental property, or creating intellectual property that generates royalties. Let's get specific about investing, because this is where people often freeze up. You don't need thousands of dollars to start. You don't need to be smart about stocks. You don't need to watch CNBC all day. Open a brokerage account, choose a low-cost index fund, and set up automatic monthly investments from that freed-up money you created in phase 1. $20 a month is better than zero. $100 is better than 20. What matters is the habit and the consistency. The magic of compound interest means that starting early with small amounts beats starting late with large amounts almost every single time. Here's where the real transformation happens. As you're building these income streams and assets, you're also building your skills and your network. This is the invisible infrastructure that leads to six figures. You're reading books in your spare time. You're listening to podcasts and audiobooks during your commute. You're following people in your industry and learning how they think. You're joining online communities where you can ask questions and get feedback. You're practicing, failing, learning, and improving. This is not glamorous. This is not Instagram-worthy. But this is the actual blueprint. After about 2 to 3 years of this focused work, you'll notice something shifting. One of your income streams will start to gain traction. Maybe your side business gets its first paying client. Maybe your online course gets its first 10 sales. Maybe your investments have grown enough that you can see the power of compound interest working in real time. This is the moment most people give up because they compare their 2-year results to someone else's year 10. Don't do that. You're not behind. You're exactly where you should be if you've been doing the work. The next phase is about leverage and systems. Now that you know what works, you start to systematize it. If you've built a service business, you hire someone to handle delivery while you handle sales and strategy. If you've created an online course, you set up funnels and automation so that it sells while you sleep. If you're investing, you expand your portfolio strategically. The key principle here is that you're moving from trading time for money to building systems that generate money. This is the actual transition to serious wealth. You go from making $15 an hour to making $10,000 per month from multiple sources. Now let's talk about the mindset shifts that actually matter, because this is where most people fail. First, you have to believe it's possible. Not in some magical way, in a practical, logical way. Other people have done this. Some of them started where you are, some started worse off than you. The blueprint is real, it's documented, it's repeatable. So the first shift is from "this is impossible" to "this is possible but requires specific work." The second shift is from immediate gratification to delayed gratification. You're going to make a decision to skip that expensive coffee today, so you can invest it. That's one decision, and it feels small. But you're making 100 of those decisions per month. You're making 1,000 per year. After a few years, those small decisions compound into a completely different life. This is hard, because your brain is wired for immediate rewards. You have to consciously reprogram it. One way to do this is to make the delayed reward tangible. Calculate how much that daily coffee costs per year. Then calculate how much that invested per year could grow to in 10 years at market returns. Now that's not just skipping coffee. That's choosing a potential $5,000 gain instead of that one expensive drink today. Suddenly, the decision is much easier. The third mindset shift is from being a consumer to being a builder. Most people wake up and think about what they're going to buy or consume. People following this blueprint wake up and think about what they're going to create or build. This isn't about being cheap or miserly. It's about redirecting your creative energy. Instead of asking, "What can I buy today?" you ask, "What can I create today that adds value to people's lives?" That's the energy that leads to real wealth. Let's talk about common pitfalls because you'll definitely encounter them. The first is trying to do everything at once. You get excited, you want to start a business and learn investing, and write a book and start a podcast, all in the same month. You'll burn out in 6 weeks. Pick one primary income stream to build. 1. Everything else is secondary until that starts generating real money. Then add the next piece. Sequential wins are better than simultaneous overwhelm. The second pitfall is not investing in yourself. Your education is the highest return investment you'll ever make. This might be a paid course, it might be books, it might be mentorship, it might be hiring a business coach or a therapist to work through your limiting beliefs. Whatever it is, you need to be willing to invest money to accelerate your knowledge. The people going from minimum wage to 6 figures all do this. They don't scrimp on their own growth. The third pitfall is isolation. You need people. You need accountability partners. You need people who've already done what you're trying to do so you can ask them questions. Join communities, find mentors, connect with others on the same journey. Iron sharpens iron. You'll move faster with support than you will alone. Now, once you're actually building real income, the strategy shifts toward optimization. Let's say you're now making $70,000 per year across your job and your side income. You're not going to make it to 6 figures by increasing your income alone. You need to get smart about taxes. This is where most people leave money on the table. Work with an accountant. Understand business deductions. A good accountant can save you thousands per year, and that's money you can redirect to investments or growth. This is one of the least sexy topics, but one of the most important. The next optimization is about expense ratios. Not all expenses are created equal. Some create returns, some don't. Living in a slightly smaller space, but in a neighborhood with better job opportunities, that might be a good trade. Spending $50 per month on a business coach who helps you land a $10,000 client? Obviously good. Spending $500 per month on a gym membership you never use? Obviously bad. As you build wealth, you become increasingly intentional about what you're paying for based on actual returns. This is also the phase where investing becomes more sophisticated. You're no longer just putting money in index funds. You might invest in real estate, you might invest in other people's businesses. You might invest in yourself by funding the growth of your own business. The principle is still the same. You're putting money into things that generate returns. But now you have enough capital and enough experience to take calculated risks. Here's something most people don't talk about: the emotional component. As you transition from broke to wealthy, your identity has to change. If you've spent your whole life thinking, "I'm the kind of person who's always broke," it's actually really hard to keep money once you start making it. You'll subconsciously find ways to spend it all, because that aligns with your identity. You have to do the internal work. You have to see yourself as someone who is building wealth. You have to believe it before you see it. This might sound like woo-woo, but it's real. Your identity drives your behavior more than you realize. So let's talk about what six figures actually looks like. It's not a secret club. It's not reserved for geniuses or lucky people. It's the result of someone who has done 5 to 7 years of focused, consistent work on multiple income streams, has invested a portion of their earnings, and has allowed compound returns to work.